So this time I'm changing the front axle ABS sensors, and as you can see we've got the van jacked up on the scissor jack. It's resting on the axle stand. It's got the wheel I've removed under the chassis, and what we need to do now is have a look at the sensor. There it is. Unclip and remove it, and then replace it. Now they do sometimes get stuck. They rust into the hub casting, so I'll see how easy it is to get it off. I'll just remove the clip, pull off the connector, remove the single screw that holds it in place, and then see if it comes out, and if it does I'll swap it over and then repeat the process on the opposite side. Right, I've managed to get the connector off. I've put some of this plus gas around the sensor. I've got a syringe which I used to put it onto the actual sensor, so that's now soaking. Hopefully we can persuade it to come out the hub, and then we can swap it over, and I'll put some of that silicone grease on the replacement to stop water from getting down the side of the sensor, to make it easier for the next guy that owns the van, whoever that might be, if it ever fails again. Right, got the sensor out. That was rusted in well and truly. Let's get the torch on it so you can see. Yeah, look, pretty rusty. So we'll clean that out and then fit the new one with some grease on it so it won't rust and stick in like that one has. So I've fitted the replacement sensor, and I've even put a little stainless steel socket cap, stop it from rusting. That's got plenty of sealant around it. Right, just plug the connection back in again, and then put it all back together again, and we're done. Right, quick clean, and she's all ready for the wheel to go back on again, and then I shall do the opposite side. Sensors on, connectors on, quick clean, everything looks fine, so let's put it back together again, put it back on the wheels. Make sure that you remove the axle stand before you try and lower it down. Gonna see if I can clean the inside of these rims. Look, I don't think they've ever been washed. Right, that's the before. Let's see what it looks like after I've given it some treatment. That's the passenger side, driver's side done. I've now got the front wheel off for the near side front. I've got the axle stand under the chassis. Got the wheel I've removed under the van. It's still on the scissor jack, but I've just lowered it a fraction, so it's now resting on the axle stand. And now I can find, I get the torch, lights, camera, action, get the torch, and there it is. Right, so connector off and sensor out, and then, well, see how easy it is on this side. The other side was welded in with the rust, so let's have a go. Well, I've got the sensor out. It's quite wet. See, that was letting a lot of moisture in. Again, we'll put the silicone grease on the new one. So this is the one that the Autel box kept saying was, sorry, the Foxwell kept saying was faulty. So I will replace that with a new one, which is in the little box over there. What I'll do is I'll just clean up the back of the housing first. The hole it came out of was actually quite clean. It's not too bad. So yeah, let's have a go. Lots of grease again to keep it watertight. I'm going to pop that back into the hub now, and then screw it in, plug it all back together again, and then fingers crossed that's cured the problem. Okay, sensor is screwed in. It's got plenty of silicone around it, so it should keep it watertight. And plug the connector back in again and put the wheel on, and then reset the codes. And then we'll wash the near side front wheel, which has never been cleaned before, so let's see how that comes out. Right, that's both of the wheel speed sensors replaced. I've just been into the van and ran the Foxwell software, and cleared the faults, and it's not come back, so I'm going to go for a quick test drive now, make sure she's okay.